Well, I'm Tessa Smith with MamasGeeky. Thank you so much for taking the time today.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh, congratulations. This movie is so much fun.
Thank you.
It's your first directing job.
Yes.
And of course, it is very stunt heavy, which fits to your background.
Yeah.
But what was it like actually really stepping into the director's chair this time?
I was saying this, like, I've said this before. I think because I had a background from a stunt performer to kind of running departments, a second unit director, all that kind of prepared me for the workload and the pace to be a director. But when you're a director, you don't really know until you sit through that process from like the beginning to the end, right? Because when you're a director, you're creating the rules for the whole universe, and you have to make the decisions to keep the ship going. Whereas like a second unit director or action director, I was operating within kind of guidelines that are given to me, right? So it's easy to operate in that sense. But you don't really know until you sit through the whole process when you're doing this.
Well, you did a wonderful job.
Thank you.
It's so much fun. I really had a blast with it. And then Ke has a stunt background as well.
Yes.
So what was that collaboration like in terms of the stunts?
Well, that's what made it fun. I mean, I already knew his background. So when we're looking for someone that can play Marvin, he was like the ideal choice, like without hesitation. Like we were watching him on his Oscar push and all his speeches and his comeback, and we're like, that's the guy. That's what everyone's gonna root for him on screen. So his background just made it kind of easier because, again, we didn't have a really long shoot schedule. So I needed someone, like, you needed performers that can do the physical action. Like, I knew emotionally they can do the emotional process, the emotional journey of the actors, like, no problem. But to do this type of action, usually it takes months and months to train people. Okay. We didn't have that much time. So I had to make sure my cast physically can do the stuff that we wanted them to do.
Yeah, how much did Ke do? I feel like it was always
No, anything fight, that's all him. He's doing like 90-something%. A bar crashing through the window. I don't want to kill my lead actor, but fighting, everything, all the action kind of sequences, he's doing 98% of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, he's great too.
Same with the rest of the cast.
Really?
All of them did most of their stuff. So I was very proud of that too. I think what makes it great is like emotionally they can do this stuff, but I kind of want to show off their physical prowess too.
Yeah, this was gorier than I thought it was going to be too.
Yes.
I will never drink boba the same way.
Well, that's what my intent was. If they change the whole how they make boba straws, I did my job.
Well, I was going to say, can you talk about like when did you know you were going to like go there with certain?
Well, I mean, the whole movie is about subverting expectations because you're watching the beginning of the movie, and you're like, what is this? It's just like, what's going on here? And then as soon as the first instance happens when she returns, the whole movie it changes on its head. Mm-hmm. So I was just trying to just always keep the audience on its toes. Now in terms of the boba straw stuff, I already knew that. I used to, I've drank that since like a little kid, and I've always noticed I was like, this straw is dangerous. This straw is pretty hefty, and I think you could hurt someone with this. So I always had that in the back of my head to use that somewhere, and I thought, what a perfect opportunity here, Yeah. Because Daniel, his character, and the way Daniel, he's very elegant and charming. So you look at him, right, and there's almost a childlike quality to drinking this boba. So you're like, well, what's this guy? And then, but also on the other end of the spectrum, he's vicious, right? So I think it disarms people when you're like, okay, this guy's he's wearing an ascot, he's drinking boba. What's this guy gonna do? So it just makes his character turn even more shocking.
Yeah, it was great. So I loved this. Congratulations!
Thank you so
I can't wait
much.
for everyone to see it. It's so much fun.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.